Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Claudia and I'm gonna be guiding you through this flow for hip flexors. So we are going to be focusing on strengthening and stretching the hip flexors to improve the range of movement in the hips. The hip flexors are a group of three major muscles located here at the front of the hip, and they help us to move the knee and the legs closer into the torso and the chest. So the movement we do when we bend into the knee or move that leg upwards. The hip flexors also functions to power up the body when we jump and run and do these types of explosive movements. And furthermore, the hip flexors help stabilize the pelvis and the spine, which can prevent injury onto the lower back. So that's what we're going to be focusing all about today. But we can start by extending out the legs and roll ourselves all the way down to the back, so you can reach the palms a bit forward and roll through the vertebrae, tucking the pelvis strongly under, coming all the way down onto the back. Let the palms come down the sides of the body, reaching the ceiling, and extend those legs nicely out to the top of the mat, flexing into the feet. Feel the earth beneath the heels, and now let go of the feet. Find that neutral spine, so the point between having your pelvis all the way tilted, pressed into the floor and tucked under, pressing away from the floor. That is your neutral spine. Rest down the upper back, the shoulders, and start breathing in through the nostrils. Let that prana flow all the way down through your long spine, down into the sacrum. Fill up the belly with air. And exhale as you deflate that belly. Actively pushing the navel into the spine to let all of the air flow out. Slowly letting the breath guide you into stillness. Being mindful of each inhale and each exhale. Come into the body here on the mats. Rooting the body all the way down into the ground. Stay light in the body. Let the fingers be soft. Create the safe space here on your mat for 2 more full breaths down into the belly. Keep your gaze soft into the sky. On your next inhale, start bending into the left knee. Squeeze the knee into the chest. Interlace the palms around the shins. Exhale, press down the knee into the chest. Further over to the left side. Squeeze the elbows tightly into the rib cage, hugging your body. Breathing here for 5 full inhales. Get that opening into the left hamstring and groin. Push the knee further down with each exhale. 2 more breaths. Let go as you exhale. Extend out the left leg. You can start to wrap your palms around the calf, or you can go further up to the ankle or even all the way to the heel. And once you arrive here at a comfortable spot, sink back down your shoulders to get that full opening on the left leg for 5 full breaths. Relax that foot. 3 more breaths. Breathe through that tension, that opening. Final breath. Release the palms as you exhale and start to move the hips a bit further over to the left side of the mat to allow some more space on the right side of the mat. Place the palms into the floor to help support the body as you guide the left foot all the way over to the right side. And you can hook your right index and middle finger around the left toe, big toe, and extend the leg a bit further out to get that full stretch all the way from the left heel down the calves, all the way up the hamstrings to that left hip. Take 5 full breaths. For 2 more breaths. Breathing into that left side of the body, that left hip. Exhale, release the grip on the toe. Extend the left leg back to the top of the mat. And let the hips come back to center. And let the palms come down the sides of the body. Take 1 deep inhale. Reground the body here on the middle. Bend into the right knee on your next inhale. Interlace the palms onto the shin, and as you exhale, press the knee down towards that right armpit. Get that opening onto the right groin. Keep the elbows squeezed tightly into the body to create that pressure onto the shin, to really squeeze the knee in. 3 more breaths. Exhale, release the palms, stretch out the right leg, and place the palms onto the calves, the ankle or the heel. Interlace those palms. And once you arrive, guide back down the shoulder blades, root into the mat, get that opening on the right leg. Feel how you're lengthening all the way from the groin up to that heel. For 2 more breaths. Exhale, you can release the palms and move the hips a bit more over to the right side of the mat. Now place down the palms and start to guide the right leg, the right foot all the way over to the left side of the mat. And keep your chest open up to the sky. Use the left index and middle finger and wrap it around the right toe. And extend the leg a bit further out to the side or keep it bent, finding your way. This is a very tense posture, so you can adjust and find a spot where you can stay for 5 full breaths. Keeping that chest bone nice and open up. Root your right shoulder as far down into the ground as possible to keep your chest squared. 2 more breaths. And exhale, release the fingers, extend back the right leg down towards the top of the mat, and let the lower back come back down into the ground. Let the palms face the sky, resting down the sides of the body. Take 2 grounding breaths, reconnecting here at the center. Very nice. Now start to bend the knees, place the feet together, let the knees come out to the sides. Rest the palms onto the inner thighs in your reclined butterfly. Push the shoulder blades a bit back here underneath your back to further open up your chest bone to the sky, getting a slight curve into the spine. For 5 full breaths. Using that light pressure of the palms to open up the knees a bit more. Feeling that groin area. 2 more breaths. Let the knees come together on your exhale. Lift away the feet and inhale as you squeeze the knees into the chest. Wrap around the shins. You can even grab around the opposite elbows, keeping the lower back painted into the ground. And take 2 full breaths, squeezing in those knees. Keeping your spine heavy, down into the floor. And exhale, let's go, very nice. And use your elbows to guide your torso upwards, press into the mat and come all the way into a seated position. Stretch out both legs and find yourself onto your sitting bones, coming into that neutral spine, so not tucking the pelvis under, not tilting the pelvis back, but the spot, that sweet spot in between. Bend the right knee and place the right heel onto the left inner thigh. So the right knee is pointing over to the right side. Place the palms at heart center. Take a full breath down into the belly. 1 more breath, but this time as you exhale, lift the toes all the way to the sky. Exhale, push the navel into the spine and lift the foot. Inhale, foot back down. Exhale, lift the foot, push the navel into the spine, engaging the core. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Flex the left foot as we go. Pointing the toes all the way to the ceiling. 3 more. Using that power, flex the foot, stay strong in the leg. Final one. Very nice. Extend the right leg and bend the left knee. Place the heel into the right inner thigh and palms at heart center. If you experience any knee pain, you can use a block here to support. I have a bit of knee pain, so I'm just going to keep my leg a bit less bent. And again, palms at heart center, finding that neutral spine, feeling the crown of the head flow lightly on the final vertebrae. Gaze to the top of the mat. Take a nice inhale in through the nostrils, down into the belly. Exhale out. Inhale. Keep that right foot flexed and exhale, lift the foot to the sky. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Down. Keep the belly button squeezed into the spine, engage your core. 3 more. Let go. Very nice. Place the left foot over to the left side of the mat. So the knees bending over to the right side, and place the right foot over to the left side of the mat. Place the foot on top of the left knee. So both knees are pointing over to the right and the feet are pointing over to the left. In your deer posture, getting that internal rotation of the hips. Reach your palms to the sky with an inhale. Exhale, place the right palm down, squeeze the hips, open up the hips all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale down, lift the palms to the sky. Exhale, press, open up those hips, squeeze the glutes. Two more. This time exhale to stay squeezing the glutes, hold it for 2 full breaths. And exhale, sink down the sitting bones, release the palms and place the feet in front of you. Now we're going to flip the knees over to the left side and flip the feet over to the right side. Place the left foot on top of the right knee. Now once you arrive, take a big inhale, reach the palms up. Exhale, place the left palm down, squeeze the glutes, open up those hips. Two more. Very nice. Final one, this time to stay on the exhale. Staying for 2 full breaths. Press in the glutes. And exhale, coming back down. Very good. Place the palms into the floor and roll yourself all the way onto the knees. Find your tabletop position. So we're going to make sure that the toes are tucked and our shoulders and wrists are stacked and hips and knees are stacked. Lift away the left knee and press the knee to the sky in a 90-degree angle. And we're going to do a few pulses. So we're going to press the knee to the sky, up and down. 3 full breaths. And exhale, start to extend the left leg over to the left side for 3 full breaths. Using the palm to stabilize you into the ground. 1 more breath. exhale, extend the leg out to the back of the mat. Bend into the left knee and look over the right shoulder. Release the right palm and start to press the back of the foot into the right palm. Squeeze the left glute. Open up the chest by pushing the right shoulder to the sky for 2 full breaths in your tiger posture. And exhale, release it all the way back down. Inhale, lift away the right knee. Keep it bent at a 90-degree angle and start to push the right knee up and down, slowly pulsing for 3 full breaths. Press into that right glute. And exhale, extend the right leg over to the right side. Flex the right foot for 3 full breaths. And exhale, extend the foot all the way to the back of the mat. Bend the right knee, let go with the left palm, look over the left shoulder. Press the back of the right foot into the left palm, squeeze the right glute. Push the left shoulder to the sky, open up that chest for 2 full breaths. And exhale, letting go, coming all the way back down. Extend the fingers all the way out, grounding into the palms. Keep the toes tucked. Inhale. And exhale, lift the hips to the sky. Find that downward dog. Very nice. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, bend into the knee. Press into the left foot, opening up that hip. And begin to draw these circles with the knee while you keep that breath flowing into the belly. Now switch up your directions. Keep the left foot flexed to keep that hip flexion nice and strong. 1 more breath. Exhale, start to squeeze the knee into the chest. Place the left foot all the way over to the left corner of the mat. And let the right knee come down. Extend out the right foot. Start to look over to the left shoulder. Release the left palm. And press the palm all the way to the back of the mat. Gazing to the back of the mat for 2 full breaths. Very nice. Place the palms here at the top of the mat. Tuck the right toes, lift away that knee here in that high lizard. Push into the floor with those fingers for 2 full breaths. And as you exhale, start shimmying the feet all the way over to the right side of the mat. Sink down into the left hip. Place the palms at heart center. Flex the right foot so that the toes are facing the sky. Use the elbows to press into the left knee to open up the chest. Here in your Skadasana for 2 full breaths. And exhale, press into the ground. Come all the way onto the high point of the back foot. Place the palms at the top of the mat and step the left foot all the way back. Inhale in that high plank. And exhale, lift the hips to the sky. Inhale, reach up the right foot. Exhale, bend the knee. Flex the right foot as you begin to draw these circles with the knee, with the hips. Keeping your breath calmly flowing down into the belly. Now go in the opposite direction. And exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest and place the right foot over to the right corner of the mat. Allow that left knee to come down into the ground. Extend the left foot and root down the right. Now start to look over the right shoulder, release the right palm and let the right palm face the back of the mat in your horizon lizard for 2 full breaths. And exhale, let that palm come all the way back here to the top of the mat. Tuck the left toes, press away the left knee, find your high lizard. Look to the top of the mat, press into the ground with the palms to open up the chest for 2 breaths. In your lunge lizard. Exhale, start to move the toes over to the the left side of the mat. Place the palms at heart center. Flex into the left foot so that the toes are facing the sky. And use the right elbow to press away the right knee to open up to the sky here with the shoulders, with the chest. Finding that neutral spine for 2 full breaths. And exhale, place down the palm, shimmy the feet back to the top of the mat. And step the right foot all the way down next to the left in your high plank. And exhale, lift the hips all the way to the sky. Reach the left foot to the sky with an inhale. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest and place the left foot all the way over to the left side and let the right foot come all the way back down. Bend into the right knee, let go of the left palm and start to grab the back of the right foot and gently press the right foot closer to the glutes, the sitting bones, getting a stretch onto the quads for 2 full breaths. And exhale, release, place down the palms and step the left foot back next to the right and lift the hips to the sky. Inhale, stretch that right leg up. Exhale, knee into the chest and place the right foot over to the right side of the mat and let the left knee come all the way back down. Bend into the left knee and start to gaze over the right shoulder. Release the right palm and place the back of the left foot into the palm and gently squeeze the left heel closer to the sitting bones, getting that quad stretch for 2 full breaths. And exhale, carousel the palms back to the top of the mat, press away the floor, step the right foot back next to the left, inhale. And exhale, lift the hips all the way up in that downward dog for 2 breaths. Walking your dog, stepping one knee down at a time. And exhale, let the knees come into the floor. Flip the feet over to the left side of the mat and sink down into that right hip. Place the feet here in front of you. Lift away the left foot and place the left ankle on top of the right knee. Place the palms behind you, further towards the back of the mat, and open up the chest by squeezing the shoulder blades closer together. Push into the sitting bones to get that opening onto the left groin for 5 full breaths. This is a seated pigeon position, so you might recognize the shape of this one. 2 more breaths. And exhale, release the ankle back down into the floor. Lift away the right foot and place the right ankle on top of the left knee so that the right knee is pointing over to the right side. Palms behind you. And push into those sitting bones and squeeze the shoulder blades together, opening up that chest for 5 full breaths. Pressing that right knee over to the right side. 2 more breaths. And exhale, release the shoulders, release down the foot. Now center yourself here on the mat and squeeze the knee into the chest as far as they can go. Wrap around your shins, grab onto the opposite elbows, round into the spine, rest down the forehead. Tucking the tailbone under. We're going to stay here, taking 10 deep inhales down into the belly and out through the nose. Feeling how the belly is rising onto the thighs, creating more space between those shoulder blades, rounding into the spine, resting down the forehead heavy onto the knees. Letting the air flow into the belly, feeling how the belly is rising onto the thighs. Slowing down the body, noticing how the hamstrings, the groin, the hips are feeling. Taking this time to thank yourself for showing up on the mat, sending out positive thoughts towards yourself, your internal self, and to the external world that you're living in, to the people you love, to your surroundings. Final breath. Release the forehead as you exhale. Release the grip onto the elbows and let go of the knees. Extend out the legs. I am so happy that you decided to come here and share your time, share your energy and your practice with me. I am grateful that you want to join me on my journey to become a better teacher, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!